All right, so moving on now, let's talk about the latest show to be really affected by COVID-19, unfortunately. And just let you know this one time, you probably will agree with me, Ricardo. It kind of shows
Yeah, well,
Flash
but
by season
yeah,
six. So,
this was
in
probably yeah.
uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
in nutshells, because boy, the premise for the season way is so convoluted way, but just kind of deliver kind of like the little footnotes of as much as you can remember actually of the season here.
All right. So what happens? All right. So the season start off before the crisis event with Bloodwork as the main antagonist, right?
Yeah,
And he corrupted Barry Blood and then sent him to. So the first half kind of play itself out normal, and then the big crisis event happens, and
yeah,
it kind of resets everything, but not really. Kind of. And so it comes back now with this whole plotline involving the mirror universe,
yes,
where
yes, yes.
well, not the mirror universe. The mirror, what was the Mirror Master world? I forget the Mirror Master's name, but
Yeah, I think it's Mirror Master. Well, I don't know if it's Mirror Master World, but yeah,
Mirror
it's
Dimension.
Mirror Dimension. That's it. Yeah,
Mirror
I think.
Dimension, right? And so they get a new Mirror Master because died from the comics. They call it change Mirror Master, but like they come up with a new origin because of the whole reset world stuff. So now you gotta be keeping up with two sets of things plot wise. Anyway, the whole thing focuses on the Mirror Master's arc and then all the other villains, and they get into Flash having to survive because Yellow Flash still inside their bodies because it had multiple versions of him because he died in the parallel stuff in the previous universe or multiverse being destroyed. It's really stupid and weird. Like the
Yeah, it
comic.
is. Hmm.
And,
Yeah.
and then they focus on Iris and whatnot, and because she was stuck in the entire time and had another version of her. So that was the story effectively. And yeah, I really hated this season. So just pointless. I couldn't get into this one. I was just like it was a chore. It was literally a chore to watch this stuff. Right.
I could not agree more, boy.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And here's the thing, like I talked about well, as I'm gonna bring it up now, season 3 of Black Lightning, right? Which also, paused halfway for the Crisis on Infinite Earths event, right? By chance, did you check out season 3 of that show as yet?
No, I all I did was just watch that and I finished Supergirl. That is it.
Okay, okay. Which, by the way, well, just letting you all know, final episode is tonight. Times recording here, so we'll do a run through of season 5 of that in the next episode, right? So that's something for
Right.
y'all to look forward to, right? But you see, like how I said for Black Lightning, how the story might have changed, but at least they kind of focus on what was integral about the show, what they were addressing, and
Yeah.
they had a particular villain, played by Wayne Brady of all people, who just kind of stole the whole season for me, and I was
Right.
just blown away at how the show just changed, just how it got better, over the course of like what half of a season, right? With this season here, unfortunately, like it started off good, right? And it's promising enough. You get the idea, with Flash having to move on, after the death of Nora, his daughter,
Right.
and he had a great villain in form of Bloodwork, and it was all good. And there was this thing about Barry knowing that, okay, the crisis is coming up soon, I'm gonna die, that kind of
Yeah.
thing, and he was trying to lead the team or trying to pick a leader, and all that was going good, and then the crisis happened, things happen, what I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it happened, and it's like, okay, everything changed. From there, it was just like, okay, well, now we have the new version of this character from a previous season that I now have to remember who it was, you know what I mean? And they're
Right.
there because they're there, and now they are a threat now. Okay. And then you're bringing this whole mirror thing, which, okay, all right, so thematically, I get where they're coming from. It's a new world, dimensions close at each other. It's not the same, characters not the same. Okay, so let's have this thing where Iris is sucked into this mirrorverse thing, and now we have another Iris coming, a doppelganger, even though the whole doppelganger
Right.
thing is kind of null and void now. Okay, cool. Let's see how
Okay.
that affects Barry's life. I get that. Okay, cool. and then they wanted to bring in well, okay, well, before I forget, yes, Cisco, yes, Cisco still
Right,
doesn't have his powers as yet. Sorry, he still
right,
doesn't
right,
have his
right, right.
powers. He sacrificed them in Crisis, which yes, both of us admit is really dumb. um
Yep.
his girlfriend, she gets sucked into it, later on in the season here too, and then Captain Singh gets sucked into it too,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you think it okay, it's going to lead to something bigger, but essentially the woman who runs it, Eva McCullough,
Right,
yeah, that's her name. Who I just assume, right. So she is Mirror Master, right? In this case,
right,
and the reason behind it is just that, oh, she want to seek revenge on she husband because the
right.
husband took all of her, her
Research.
technological research and all that and make weapons, and that's it. That's what we get
Right.
as far as a big antagonist goes, and it
Uh,
even goes as far as bringing back old characters just because, well, we need a character for Barry to fight in each episode. But
right,
the worst thing for me though, the worst thing about the second half here, just the season as a whole, is just this idea of taking away Barry's powers again,
right.
just to show that, oh well, he needs Iris way more than he actually thought all the time, and you even have a
Right.
point where you say,
Yeah, that is weird.
she's a lightning rod, and it's like, well,
Right.
oh god, just
So
give the man back his powers, now, man. Like,
yeah,
come on.
that is weird subplot where okay, so I remember we call him this fella came back uh the brother no
Oh, Cisco's brother.
no Iris's brother gosh
Oh yeah, yeah. Wally, yeah,
Wally.
Wally comes back for one
He
episode.
comes and then they decide to do this weird plot line and that didn't go anywhere. I thought I would have go
No,
somewhere
no,
and it is where I don't know if I blink and miss it, but that didn't seem to go anywhere for me where
no, no, it did.
um
It was something that he did in terms of Crisis and the Speed Force, and oh,
right
there are great consequences. And Wally
yeah
just
but so
keeps
the
stressing, "Look
right
at what you did! Look at what you did!" And oh,
right
by the way, no disrespect to the actor though, but emoting, like when he
right.
was like, "Look at what you did! It's all your fault." It just fell flat. It fell
Yeah.
flat. Yeah, but yeah, go on.
Yeah. So pretty much, yeah, that's it. So I was like, wait, they're gonna address what happened to the Speed Force at the end? Like I couldn't
And it
follow.
didn't. No,
Right.
no, no. Just to touch on that quickly, what they could have done, they could have just focused on the actual side effect of the real side effect actually of the crisis in the Speed Force. Because remember, Barry made that big decision in order to save his
Right.
friends, right? Cool. That could have been the focus of the second half of this. Do you want to bring in this drab, dull, boring, repetitive thing about the real Iris in this Mirrorverse, and she's just there wondering what to do, how to get out, and then you have this doppelganger version of her just there, just doing stuff just because, and it's all about some kind of petty revenge scheme. And okay, so this as I brought up the whole COVID-19 thing, you could tell that, well, what I've read is that it actually was going for 22 episodes. They stopped at 19, and it
Right.
shows. You could tell that there was stuff that they really wanted to tell, and they just
No,
couldn't because
that's
of
something.
reasons. But
That's something.
even still, even regardless of all that, the story to me just went nowhere for me. That whole
But
mirror thing just went nowhere for me.
yeah, this is something I always complain about with the Flash series. Right? I find Flash, if Flash was like, if they had less episodes, it would have worked better. But that's the only problem. It has sort of fluff and filler. No? So
Yeah,
to
yeah,
me, it
yeah.
was like 13 to 15 episodes instead of 20 to 22. You just
Agreed,
cut out
agreed.
the trim the fat, have it flow a little better, and these episodes, these series would have been featured. These seasons would have been featured a lot more. And well, here's another big general problem. This is a grander problem. It's more me being a goddamn nerd about the whole thing. Uh in my opinion, again, because the movie people completely shit the bed. The TV people ever end up trying to take their slack, right? Similar to a certain movie we watch, I was supposed to be the Snyder Cut, similar thing, where they
Uh-huh.
end up just taking slack and doing the thing that they end up doing. So much like how the movie people were supposed to do a Final Crisis, Infinite Crisis type event, um, they end up doing the Infinite Crisis event. And to me, that was kind of dumb because what they could have, this show could have been a lot smarter by having a lot more focus on a lot more interesting ideas in Flash Comics instead of focusing on that bullshit, right? That's for the movie people, but the movie people shot the bed. So now they have to take up the slack and do it way weaker, way lamer, less budget, no nothing. And yeah, it's really a shame though. Really a
It
shame.
is, it is. And And to me, where the show is at right now, Dread, and it hurts me to see this. It just got way too convoluted for its own good, man. It just
Yeah,
got way
Robert.
too convoluted. And even worse now because we working with X amount of episodes after Crisis, right? And then you just want to bring in all characters that, change because of Crisis. And this subplot, and that subplot, and that subplot.
Yeah.
And this thing
Because
about the artificial speed force. And then you want to bring back
right,
Godspeed just because.
right.
You want to bring back Reverse Flash just because. This subplot
Yeah,
involving, Harrison Wells and the new version of Harrison Wells in this one. Well, actually, kind of like me because I do. I just really like the actor. And then now you have this thing with him trying to move on from the past because some
right.
instead involving some girl, well,
Yeah.
whose doppelganger shows up here and she has powers. It just goes all over the place. I just kind of
Yeah.
forgets what it is.
Well,
And even right down to the
well,
to the finale. Well, I guess you'd have to call it finale, even though you could tell it needed a few more episodes to really truly end things off. This was probably the one time in me watching Flash ever that I was genuinely disappointed by the finale. The attempts at action, what went on,
yeah.
didn't care for it. Flash still not being 100% with his speed, piss me off, and worst off with Iris too, just not having a proper conclusion to that. So yeah, I agree with you, man. This was an absolute letdown for me, and it hurts me though because I really do enjoy the show. And I mean, if I had to give some praise, I mean, the actors do their thing. I mean, they're still likable, even though premise wise everything is just all over the place. I don't even think half the people who worked on the show even had a clue what was going on.
Yeah.
Also, before I forget, props to Danielle Panabaker, man, who plays Frost. Yeah,
Right.
she's a mom now. You know what I mean? She actually,
Right. Right.
gave birth to her first child. Whilst this, season was being filmed actually in production. And
Right.
last couple of episodes, they do this thing which had me cringing though, where they decide, oh well, Frost has this sort of weird illness thing because of a side
Right.
effect of a wound. So let's have her seated or in bed
Right.
or sorry, on a couch basically, and let's have a particular pillow be
Right.
blocking her stomach. So we don't know
Yeah.
what's going on, and then let's have her
Which I
like
hate.
exit the show just for a
Yeah.
while because she has to leave and find
No, to
herself.
me,
I
yeah,
was
no,
like,
every
bruh,
time
come on,
you
come
do
on.
the yeah, every time you do the pregnancy thing, it is always be stupid because you have like three okay, so you have three solutions to it, two bad and one good. The first solution is have the actor stand up in front of something or over something or under something, so they don't see the stomach, and
Yeah,
they have them do non-activity stuff now, which I hate. Then the second one is they have them leave the show for a little while. That's fine. It's a little clumsy. And then you do the third option, which is you actually, have them pregnant, but you come up with a reason. They themselves don't have to be pregnant, but you come up with some plot reason as to why they're pregnant. Deep Space Nine did that. It's pretty brilliant,
right.
right? The actor Nana Visitor was actually pregnant, so they get her character pregnant for a plot reason, and that's it. For a weird plot reason, they had her pregnant with I think Keiko O'Brien's baby, and then that's it. And then she actually have the baby. So it's not her baby, but so the character not pregnant, but she get to be pregnant. Nice solution. That's what you do. Whatever.
Yeah,
They could have done a side like I think okay, so as I said, they should have made the effort to do the time stuff from the previous seasons. Yes, I know Infinite Crisis resets everything, but here's the thing. The Speed Force transcends the multiverse, right? We know that.
yes, yes,
So you do is you call back to season one and you call back the stuff from Legends of Tomorrow. So you say, okay, you still have this time stuff working with it. And in my opinion, again, sorry to say it, the movie people shit the bed, so you couldn't really do any of this more interesting stuff for the TV shows. Whatever. Um, season got like a 5 out of 10 for me. It was just a mess. Yes, I know COVID-19 undermined a little bit, but I can see it being improved all that much anyway. This is probably the worst season for me so far. Uh, Even worse than season four.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, this was
And
just this is
as I bring up season four, boy, I was hoping that at least the villain would have been better than what we got with season four, right? And it
yeah,
started off okay with Bloodwork, and I was like, Bloodwork. And then they just
yeah,
dispose of him, and then they even had the goal to bring him back just for like a just an unnecessary little cameo for
yeah,
to help out the next villain who, by the way, is probably the worst villain I've seen in this
Yeah.
series thus far, boy. But last thing I just want
Yeah.
to say before I get to my rating, though, um, I couldn't help but think about like the later seasons of Arrow, where it wasn't just about a villain or a particular issue. You just have a bunch of characters, a bunch of villains, a bunch of this, bunch of that, bunch of convoluted this. Well, sorry, in this case here, it was convoluted for one thing, just way more convoluted than it should be, right? But you just had to bring in all these older characters, and for no
Yeah.
reason other than, well, I mean, it's clear right there. It's just that we just really don't know what to do with this character, like right
Right.
out, like right, the big thing was, okay, will he live or will he die? And now that, well, Arrow is gone now, what do we do with Flash, right? And
Right.
you just you see it throughout the rest of the season. So yeah, man, for me, I give this a like 2.5 out of 5, man. I mean, watch it if you want
It is
to.
good.
Yeah, they really could
It
have
is,
sat down and figured out what to do pre and post crisis. I mean, don't just
yeah. It
act
really
as if,
good.
oh well, crisis is done, so let's give us a full season and give us a weak, unintimidated villain and just
Yeah.
making an already convoluted show even more convoluted, man. So yeah,
Right.
I don't know
Uh,
what the future of the show is gonna be, but yeah, but they really had to step things up for this one. This was a major disappointment, man.
yeah. I as I said, I had a bunch of ideas of what I've done with Flash. Because to me, after the Savitar stuff, I like, all right, you're doing this speed force stuff, and I was worried that, okay, like take a break from the speed force villain, like go and do a non-speedster villain. And they did on paper they did it, and then they really fuck it up. So I was
Yeah,
like, all right, well, season
yeah.
5 gonna be instead. And then they end up doing this weird time story with the daughter, which wasn't the best, but it had moments, and the ending had a good payoff, I
I
thought.
agree. I agree. Yeah, yeah.
Right? So I was like, all right, cool. But because the idea I had was, instead of doing something with the daughter and this future daughter person, which again not bad, but it was still it kind of fell flat for me. Again, if they had that tied up in like 15 episodes, it would have worked. But 22 episodes or whatever it is like too long. What I wanted them to do is explore the multiverse, like properly explore the multiverse. But instead have a proper story, and then you do the crisis event to build from that. So we establish those multiverse worlds, and then you do that in a season. So you know, so
Yeah,
we are already familiar with these worlds, and you get to see Earth 19 a little more. So we at least attach to these worlds when they blow up now.
yeah.
And
But
they
sorry, Arrow had to come to the end, right? So that's why
right,
they rushed it. Yeah,
doing yeah. I was like, wait, Arrow doing the thing that Flash supposed to be doing though? Like, what the hell going on? Anyway, don't matter. And so they end up doing the crisis event again for what it is. Again, they didn't have a budget, but Arrow was okay. I thought the crisis event was all right. For what it was, we gave it a
yeah.
generally
Agreed.
positive outlook.
Mm.
And then they come this season, I was like, wow, them writers did not give a fuck, Judd. And just
Yeah,
like,
boy.
look, they just half-assed this thing in the worst way, though.
Yeah.
Absolute nonsense.
Now,
Absolute nonsense.
last thing I want to say. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot for this, right? Forgive me. This is just a nitpick of mine, right? It's just me, or this new intro for the show feels like this should be like if this is the final season of Flash.
I don't know,
I don't
Judd.
know.
Because
I just felt like, every time I saw it, I just look at it like, oh, okay, is this the final season I'm
I,
watching here though? Okay, just have
I,
a feel to it, like
yeah.
when it shows up now.
Okay, so my attitude is that this show should end. Time to wrap up the
Agreed,
show now.
agreed. Yeah,
Time to end. Like go out with a bang, do a final season, make it really work, sit down with it, and just say, all right, we're gonna do one final clash between Flash and Reverse Flash. Come up with a real good script, and just sit down and make that work, and let it go.
yeah,
And I'll be really happy with that if they do that.
yeah. I mean, and we have what, Stargirl? I think that's coming out. I think it's
Right.
tonight actually.
The
So
thing is,
yeah, so
the
we
thing
have new stuff.
is, it have new shows coming up. So like Black Lightning could continue. Legends of Tomorrow riding high right now. Uh, they're doing the new Superman show, which I'm very excited for. And well, basically John Diggle gonna be Green Lantern in that apparently. I ain't sure what's going on there, but
Yeah,
that's
not,
what
not too
things
sure about that either.
right. Whatever. But the point is, I just say, look, time to wrap up Flash. Give us a really good final season with him versus Reverse Flash. Bring back Matt Lesher. But to me, he was a better Reverse Flash than Kavanaugh anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Just give us a proper final battle and make it work.
yeah. Agreed. Yeah. You're absolutely right though. Cause yeah, like when I just see that intro for the show, I just can't help but think that yeah, they really should wrap this up though. Like this would be like the great end, you know what I mean? Like the final intro you'll see for the series period. But yeah, I agree with you. That you really really do need to wrap this up like as soon as. But I don't know. I mean, the future of the show is kind of like dangling right now because of this whole COVID-19 nonsense, right? But we'll
Right.
see. At least I am enjoying Legends of Tomorrow for now.
Right.
Supergirl, I'll share my thoughts on that next time. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And well, Stargirl, well, that's coming out actually tomorrow at the time it's recording here.
Right. I'll get our
Yeah,
chance.
we'll see how that play out. I mean, yeah. But yeah, boy, when Black Lightning, when the second half of the season 3 of Black Lightning turned to be better than the flagship CWDC show right now, boy, that's when you really shit the bed. So yeah.
You know.